So and then ahli. So this is in we are destroyers. Is this like ism
It's مضاف
major?
إليه.
Almost I'm
It's
off sorry, yeah, yeah. It's saying we are destroyers of the people
mhm.
of these people, basically. Yep. So mudaf and then hadi. So this is just a demonstrative. So it's and then al qaryati. So this is like the town.
It's also مضاف إليه. I
Also
think.
mudaf that's why it's in jar. Yep. And then inna, so indeed. So that's just a superseder.
You guys are doing a roll state sign, right? Not just roll.
Oh yeah, we can do that, I guess. But we're just mainly doing roll, but I guess we can do those too. So and inna is superseder, so it's mebni, it's fixed.
Yep. أهلا is اسم إن. So it's the state of nasab and it's fatha.
Yep. Sorry, blocking. And then this ha is just mudaf ilayh.
Yep.
Who wants to do kanu?
I think that's
Um,
just a verb, like a
Yeah. It's like a verb superseder, right? It's also superseder, right? Kanu. It's like
Canna.
kana. Is that
Canna itself is a superseder, yeah, but isn't doesn't the wow at the end indicate that's the ism canna? So that's why I'm saying like
oh, I see.
just the canna part, like the kaf alif noon is the superseder, and then the wow is the ism canna.
mhm.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good, yep.
So then ظالمين would be the khabar kana,
Mhm.
which would be in the state of nasab
Nasib.
and the sign is yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
What is superseder in Arabic?
Good question.
Um, I
Well,
remember. I don't
nasikh.
remember.
Sorry?
Is
Nasikh.
that
Nasikh.
NASA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and then ظالمين as yeah, the khabar kana. So that means like they were oppressors. Okay. And then so next sentence, so yeah, is قال. So that's just a past fil madi. Would you say, I guess, would you say that the what's the role of qala? Is that like what would you say the role is in this case? That's what we were confused a little confused about. Like, what do you say the role of qala is?
Isn't the role fi'l madi and the state is mabni and the sign is uh
So the role can be that it's just a fil madi. That's fine to say that's the
It's
role.
not really a role. So you just say it's just fair. Doesn't really have a role. Just the beginning of a sentence.
Okay.
It's not a problem. Yeah. And in terms of the specific i'rab, then Zane's correct. If you're analyzing it, you would just say fi'al madi, mabni, and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. So then another inna um fiha.
That's
So this
harf
is
jar is a
harf
majrur.
is a majority. Yep. But this is interesting. So it's fi is like a like a harf, and then the ha. Yeah, this one was interesting. So it's like like from
so
which or
I think Luto is the ism in that, and fiha I think is the khabar inna.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
Mm,
sense. If you say fiha as a whole, I think if you break down fiha, it's
Yeah, yeah,
it's different. But yeah, because lutan is in the state of nasab, and that's ism
that's true
inna.
as well. Yeah.
yep, not this them in that. Yep. And then this is the yeah. So like we're saying, indeed, Lut was like from in
I, I guess I have a question, Brother Sefi, on this one. Like, if you think about it from a translation pers like I think Maham's right, like the grammar rule that makes sense. Like Luta, there's a fatha thing on it, so you know it's in the state of nasab. You can go that route, but can you go the meaning route? Meaning, I know that this means indeed, like the proper way to translate this is like indeed, Lut was in it. So like Lut is kind of like the subject in my mind. So is that the way to you could think about like the ism inna is gonna be the thing that's like the subject of that phrase.
Yeah, yeah,
Inna.
yeah, but it's more reliable to go based off state. And as we know, the ism inna follows the rules of the mubtada, so it'll always be a singular ism. So it'll be really easy to find a singular ism, right? The khabar inna will can be a phrase like fiha in this case, right? Also, there's no
Okay.
idea of was here. Ibrahim alayhi salam is telling them that Lut alayhi salam is there, is in it.
is yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
There's no canna. So that's why it's like indeed, yeah, it's like current state.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so qalu, so that's like, fi'l madi, plural. So they said, meaning the messengers. And then nahnu. Okay, so yeah, so nahnu is just the fa'il, like the doer.
I think in this case it would be mubtada because it comes before the verb.
Yeah, that's the indeed, yeah, they're saying like uh yeah.
Uh, like we know. Um,
And I think
like I
last
said
class,
nahnu.
oh
Oh yeah, I'm
sorry.
sorry. Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna
Like
say I said nahnu was mubtada and a'lamu was the khabar.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
what were you saying?
I remember last time we talked about this, like in last class, there was like something about how this is like in actually it is like, it looks like it's single like as if it was like a single person, but it's actually for multiple people. I've forgotten to remember why the case for this one. It was like we talked about this. So at Lemu, like on first time you look at this, you think it's like um
Oh yeah, so I think what you're talking about, Zachariah, is like if there's an explicit doer and it's plural, then the actual verb is going to be singular because the doer is like explicit and it's plural. But I think that only works if you have like a normal verbal sentence where the verb comes first. Like if this was like, yeah, like I think you're right. But as mom said it, like the um since like the doer or like the subject is coming first, that's why it's like a mubtada and khabar. But my understanding is if there's like an explicit doer that's like more than one, then and it comes after the verb, then the
yeah.
verb will be like singular masculine or singular feminine, and
Yeah,
the doer will be plural. But maybe Maham thinks differently. I don't know.
because the thing is like to in a traditional sentence, like nahnu, and if you want to do like a fill madi or something, or or even fill mudari, you would say like alama would be not lam, yeah, not lamu, right? But it's not
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
not lamu. That's what that's the interesting part.
Yeah, because na'lamu would be like more than one.
Well, there that isn't but that's what they're saying. They're saying we know, like we know what's going on, like we know where he is. Like that's what they're saying.
So,
Yeah.
okay. So what did you guys say for a'lamu? What was the role state sign?
The
You said it was khabar.
Khabar.
Stay.
Okay. So what's the question, Zakaria? Because yesterday you guys were saying that it was a fi'al, remember? You guys are saying it was a fi'al mudari' for I.
Oh, I remember this now. You're right. You're right. It
Yeah.
that is what it is. It's well, isn't this saying like we are knowledgeable?
Yeah, so we are
Knowledgeable.
more knowledgeable.
Yeah, more knowledgeable. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Now
it has
now I'm
nothing
remembering.
to it's an
It's not
ism,
a
right?
verb.
Yeah, it's
It's
an
an ism.
ism, has
Yeah,
nothing to
that's the
do with the
trick. Yeah.
pronoun.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
ism.
Like
How do we pick
or
how do we pick up that this is an ism? Like I guess like it's kind of like
context.
yeah.
Well, it has no option to mean anything else.
Yeah. It
It would
can't be
be
because
nahnu na'lamu if it was
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because we know it's not like a not lemu, like that's how we know okay, this is probably an ism.
yep,
Okay.
So what does a'lamu mean in this case? Knowledgeable or just
more knowledgeable. It's
more
comparative.
knowledgeable? Okay.
Okay. Anything on that pattern. A'lamu, af'alu, afdalu. It has something to do with comparison, okay?
So how do we know like do we learn this like how to make something just more like I like is it
I think so.
how do you
I
know
think we
like
did the comparative. We covered it a little bit. Pretty sure we covered comparative and superlative. I could be wrong, but it's a pretty simple lesson. It's basically the pattern of af'alu. If anything falls on that pattern, af'alu, then you're in a comparative or a superlative, depending on the context. Superlative meaning the best. Comparative meaning you're comparing two things, obviously.
okay,
Yeah, I
so
think
so
we learned that. Like Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Yeah.
Exactly. Allahu Akbar. That's
um
a superlative. Allah is the
superlative
greatest.
yeah the greatest and that just follows the pattern of akbar like
Af'al. Yep.
well for superlative like the pattern is
No, they're the same pattern. Comparative and superlative share a pattern. They will look identical. Akbar can both mean the greatest and it can mean greater. And that makes sense because you say Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest, or Allah is greater. Then the question is Allah is greater than what? And it's left blank on purpose because it doesn't matter what you put there, Allah is greater than that thing that you put there, right? Whatever you fill in the blank.
how is it the same pattern though afalu right like alamu
Yeah.
and akbar there's like
Yeah.
a sukun.
No, no, no. There's not a sequin there. It's Allahu Akbaru. We only
Oh
say Allahu Akbar because we're stopping there, right? Whenever you stop on a
yep
vowel
okay
letter, you just put a sequin.
got it okay makes sense okay so then bimin um bimen actually sorry so then this is harf jar
And it's a majrur.
is a
Yep.
majority yeah
Same with fiha.
yeah yeah so and then yeah this one this is like the like emphasis attached left like emphasis Unajiyanahu.
I wasn't sure about verb form here.
Oh, I think we talked about this as like a special form you've never seen before, but I think it adds this like extra noon here. So
Okay.
like, but like normally this would be like
You know what form it is?
I don't remember the number of it, but it's some special form you never saw
Okay.
before.
What is it? Sorry.
Lenud.
It's a special form, right, that we haven't seen before here. You
No,
mentioned
no, the
last time.
form you've seen before, but there's a conjugation called It's like an emphasis conjugation that you can apply anywhere. So it's form two. You notice the shadda
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
jim, but that
Mhm.
noon at the end, if you notice that noon with the shadda at the end is extra, and that's from a conjugation that we haven't learned yet. Not a yeah, a conjugation, not a form.
Okay. Nuneji. Okay, so this is future tense.
Yeah.
في المضارع. Yeah, so we
And
will
the
save
and the
him.
who attached who is the
Yeah,
مفعول به.
will be. Yeah, yeah, because we will save him
How do you know it's a future tense?
because of the prefix, the nu.
Oh, like
That's
you're
how.
saying it could also be present tense. I think it's just context
Yeah, okay.
for present and future. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess um I'm not as strong in my form two conjugation, but does a form two conjugation in present tense have a prefix? Yeah, I think the prefix gives it
No, but
away.
wasn't there some form we learned that the first vowel changes to Dhamma?
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah,
That
but
was passive, right?
That was passive. Yes, this is not
that's just
passive,
too many.
right?
That's just too many. Well, I guess like let's look at like how many root letters there
So
are. I guess
it's
like
is there so fi'al you guys are figuring out is it fi'al mudari', right?
well, I guess yeah, because there's two noons here, right? So there's like noon ha
Yeah, so
or
first
noon, sorry, noon
step by
jim
step,
wow.
right? What are the root letters?
Noon jim wow.
Yeah, noon, jim, yeah, technically, but yeah,
So yeah,
close enough.
yeah,
Okay, then what do we need for a fi'al mudari'?
an extra
Pre-
prefix.
Do we have
Prefix.
the extra prefix?
Yeah, the noon, an
Mhm.
extra noon.
Yep, the
So
noon. And what vowel needs to be for the prefix for form two and four?
amma.
Dhamma. So
Oh,
it's the
you
nahnu
fa'ilu. Okay.
prefix,
Yeah.
right? So sarrafa yusarrifu, nusarrifu. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will save him. Wa ahlahu and his ahu, this is attached pronoun, but ahla, this is also maf'ul bihi,
Yep.
ahla, so his family.
Yeah.
Anyone to the next one?
And then إلا امرأته, which is but not his wife. So I think amrata would also be مفعول به.
Yep.
Um,
Sorry,
and who?
does the illa change anything?
It does, but you guys haven't learned that yet, so it's okay. Just keep going. But 4B is fine. It's good.
And then who is مضاف إليه.
Yep. Uh, can uh can okay, canet. Yeah, sorry. That's so this is kana, like like was. So like I guess we'll call that like it's talking about his wife. So yeah, I
Like
Like
a
guess
فعل
it's a
ماضي.
nasif, right? Like a superseder.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
but in this case, does it have? Because then من الغابرين is حرف جر اسم مجرور.
Oh, would you say this would you the same thing as before? We do like kana is like the superseder and then this part is
That was
like
my
the
thought. Yeah, my thought was the
Yeah,
ta was the ism kana and the ghabirin is the khabar kana.
yeah, that's what I said would say as well.
part mina al-ghabirina. This is like from. So mina or would you call this not this is not Islam mature. This is
I think it is.
Yeah, it is
Like
ism
yeah,
on its
just
own.
that part.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, Islam mature, yeah. But this is also the khabar kana,
The
right?
the whole thing with the min is the khabar kana. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Um, okay, so ولا ما ولا ما I guess yeah is in when, so this is another superseder
Yeah.
or darf I guess I don't know what you want to call it.
Lemma is not a superseder.
Is it a
It's
darf?
a
Kind of,
Like when? It's like
but there's
when.
something a little bit more complicated about it, and there's another grammatical role or grammatical concept, I should say, that we've covered. It's been a while, but not too old. It's an advanced concept that we've covered that covers lemma.
This is I think one of the cases where it um causes jazm because
Nope,
ja
it does not cause jazm in the traditional sense because so lemma is a jazima only when there's a fi'al mudari' right after it. It
oh okay
causes
right.
jazm in a different way, but you need to be thinking about constructions. I'll give you that hint. It's a sort of construction. What constructions do you guys know?
Possessive, we know. um
Only like three of them, you know.
Demonstrative, we
Demonstrative
know.
construction.
what is a
No, I know.
construction?
So a
There was like
construction.
Taleb.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Pardon me.
I remember Taleb construction. That was another one, but I don't think.
You're
What?
really close.
And then Shart construction as well.
Okay, so does it fit the shuttle construction? What is shuttle construction, first of all? Who remembers
Uh,
shuttle?
the conditional.
Conditional. Okay. Does this follow the conditional?
uh, you need like the if, like you need like the shard, and then you have like something in the fi'l ashard, right? And then the jawab ashard, which need all three for that.
So do we have that?
We have the first thing, like when,
And then
is like the ed.
and
So
then there's
when,
un also. And then Jat I think would be the conditional verb.
oh yeah, this makes
And
sense actually.
then
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to see with this one, but try to make this first one fit first.
Which first one? You mean this one?
No, this one up here, the first word.
Oh, I see.
And
Where
then
is it?
this one, you can call it dharf for now, which you guys already said. But there's probably a way of making that fit there as well. But try to make the conditional fit for this and see how far you guys can get. So try that
So
again one more time. So there's the adat al-shart, which is lamma, and then after that.
okay, we're saying when they, so this whole part, like ja'at, um,
Jat would be the um
Adapter
fi'l
shop?
shart.
yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, that's the fil, yeah, like the fil shard.
Yeah, that's the only fi'l. And then jawab shart is like the result, right? Like if X then Y. Um
Is it the Qalu then? And then when they came, and then they said,
yeah, I think that's what would make the most sense. Like the qalu inna muhliku ahli hadhihi al-qarya. Um but yeah, what do you guys think?
that's what I think.
Yeah. Sorry to recap what you're saying.
When
This is
they
this.
came, what is it called again? You said this is the fi'l shart, and
Yeah.
then there's like a jawab shart, or what's the other? That's the jawab. Okay. The
Yeah, the
Qalu.
result is the jawab. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
Sorry, wait, we can which one is the Joab? This you're saying so when they came, this Kalu is the one
Yeah.
that is the Joab? Okay. Yeah, makes sense, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense from the meaning as well because it's like, and when like our messengers came to Ibrahim with glad tidings, like then what? When they came, then they said we are destroyers of the people. So I think it makes sense for Palu to be the Joab.
Yeah. And then for the shard like construction, I forgot. Are both the Joab and the Fil shard in a state of Jezm? Both.
You know the fi'l is in the state of Jazm. Um, I guess the jawab could be multiple words tied together.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be both being Jezm based on my notes. So is
Okay,
this in
yeah.
Jezm?
Yeah,
I
because
guess.
it's sign is sukun.
And the
Yeah,
second one
is
is
Palu.
Jezm because of the dropping of the noon.
The
No, no,
dropping the
no.
new.
That's just the
But
normal fi'l madi, right?
yeah, yeah, there's no noon. Um,
There's no.
Technically
Yeah,
Jat is both like Jat and Qalu are both fixed because they're fi'l madi, so like there
yeah.
wouldn't
Maybe
really
that's
be a
just why we
state.
don't see it in this case. But yeah,
Yeah,
if it were future tense, it would
That's
probably
fair.
be
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
okay. Cool. Okay, so we're back to where we were before then. Where were we with the other dilemma?
yeah.
That was here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so ولما um and جاءت.
That would be the
This,
fi'l shart again.
Why,
yeah, so
why
for
is there an
all
N? Why is there an N in this one and there's not an N in the first example?
Yeah, that's what I
Like,
was wondering too.
what is the function of that N?
what which one? This one? Oh,
Yeah, that one.
That N is there for emphasis.
Okay.
And it's oftentimes comes after lemma. But yeah, it's to show, it's to indicate the, it's kind of an advanced concept, but it's to indicate the um, nearness of the condition to the um, jawab. So to the condition to what happens as a result of that condition. So for example, ولما أن جاءت رسلنا لوطا. So what's the so if you guys would do that one more time, right? For lemma here. What's the adat al-shart? Lemma.
this
ما
لما
What's the fi'al al-shart?
جاءت.
جاءت.
جاءت. What's the jawab al-shart?
This one, see,
Si'a. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. So it's trying to show that the fi'al al-shart and the jawab al-shart happened um quite quickly, close to each other. It shows sort of like surprise. So, for example, it says here that when those malaika, those messengers from Allah came to Lut, سيئ بهم وضاق بهم ذرعا, that he became scared and he became kind of anxious. Okay. Um, so yeah, just to answer your question again, N doesn't always appear, but when it appears, it oftentimes it's just extra for emphasis. And yeah, it indicates like a closeness of events occurring.
yeah,
And the reason he was surprised is because he didn't know that originally he didn't know that there were angels. So I think there was two beautiful men came to him, basically, right? And he was worried because he came to his house and then he knew how his people would react to that, so it made him nervous. But obviously, he invited them into his house and did like hosted them, and then the story continues like that. And then they told him right after that, قالوا لا تخف ولا تحزن, that don't fear and don't be, nervous. We will save
Yeah,
you.
so
Does that make sense to
lutan.
everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so lutan so where were we? So yeah, yeah, so we're here. So we said this is the Joab Ashard, and then be him. This is um it's a major uh or harf chart is a major.
Hmm.
Um
What is see? Is it's just a normal irregular verb in fi'l madi, or what is?
so yeah. Because you can tell by the fatha, I think that it's
Okay.
fil madi.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like the cause like to like he was like distressed basically.
Okay.
Um yeah, I
And
guess
then
is this irregular? I guess like yeah. I guess it's not a it just has it's just normal. I guess it's just like this like the verb has sa'i like it's the scene, yeah.
Yeah, so this is
I'm
an interesting one. Sia is like, so if you notice it already has or it has one weak letter in there, which is the ya in the middle. So it was originally Suia, I think. Suia, and then some changes occurred to it and it eventually became Sia. Um, it's a passive of Sa'a. Sa'a, yes, Su'u, I think. But yeah.
okay.
Oh, passive
Um
construction, you said?
Yeah, it's passive construction.
Okay.
what does passive construction mean?
Like a passive verb.
Oh, passive verb. Yeah,
Yeah,
like we did.
that's what I mean. Yeah. Mabni and majhul.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So be him وطا طا. So this is also a past tense verb.
hmm
في الماضي. I forget what is word I don't know what this means. Oh yeah, I remember this one. This also means like distressed, I think too. Like similar, constricted, I think. Yeah. Um, be him. It's also,
harf jar
and then
majrur.
yeah, طرعا. This like means like constriction. It's an ism because you can tell it means like constriction or something. I remember this, but like it kind of felt random, or like not random, but like I felt like I didn't understand where it fit in the sentence. Like it was like saying
Well,
like he felt constricted and like stressed about them. So like be him means like about them, but then
Hmm.
like then it says like constriction. Like I wasn't sure why this was there.
Yeah, I think like if it's literally like I think it's Zaka is the verb which is like he felt or like he um yeah, like he felt towards them um constriction or
Oh,
however
this
you
is a
translate
sifa.
that.
Oh, not
Would it be
sifa. This
maf'ul bihi?
what I thought.
maf'ul bihi. So here's how they felt towards them.
He because like Zaka is um singular.
Well,
Um
well, him, yeah, I guess.
and then bihim is harf jar majrur. Um I just took that on as like how he felt. Like what he felt.
Oh, so this word wa means to feel.
I don't know. That's just how I like took it in context. Um, when I was translating it, I don't remember what the literal meaning was that I looked up.
I mean, that would make sense with maf'ul bihi because there's a ta here. It's a
Let me
nasab,
just check
so
on Hans where I'm not sure what dar'an
Yeah,
means.
you can also yeah. What does yeah?
I can look up the other word.
Okay.
Daqa means to narrow. I
Yeah,
bet
that's what I thought it was.
daqa dhar'an means it's like a phrase to use that he's basically feeling stressed. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, so like it would mean like so
So
he felt
daqa
sad.
dhar'an means not to be up to something, be unable to do something or accomplish something, to be unable to stand or bear something, to be fed up with, be tired of, feel uneasy about, be oppressed by. So this is actually a good um, thing to look at. So in Han's word, it's not just words, it's phrases at times.
Mm,
So I'm gonna can I share my screen?
yeah, go for it.
Thank you, Ustad. Gonna share the screen. Okay, so I'm gonna look up is Dal Ra Ain. And then I see Zara'a, but I'm gonna look up Zara'. I find it right here. Okay, so Zara'. I read this and then I notice this right here. Laqa Zara'an bi, which is exactly what we have actually. We have Laqa bihim Zara'an, right? And then now I have all of these translations. Not to be up to something, be unable to do or accomplish something, to be unable to stand or bear something, and so on. Okay, so this entire phrase just means he felt uneasy about something, uneasy with them. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll let you guys continue.
share my screen again. Okay. Okay, so وقالوا um they said it's been Mali
Mhm.
again. لا أخف. So this is like فعل أمر. So do not, and this is a lab negation. So like do not, this is like stress or like be sad. So
In the state of Jezm, right?
yeah, this is Jasm.
Okay.
ولا تخ- تحزن. So now it's saying that like do not. I guess this also means do not be sad again. It's like two different ways of saying that. This is
Yeah,
also a
like
state
do
of
not fear.
yeah, do not fear. Yeah, Jasm as well. Inna. So here comes again inna, but it's we, right? This wa means like we. Oh, this aleph. Sorry, aleph equals we, and this is like the ism inna, right? Again, so
Yeah.
we.
The munajju is the khabar inna.
Yeah, khabar inna. Yeah.
Ka is the mudaf ilayhi.
Yep.
It's mabni.
I guess so. This is saying we are the ones who will save you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The, the
Yeah.
the reason why it's munajju without uh the na. Oh no, is this past
Part of
tense?
the this is
What state is that in? I'm trying to just.
this is not a verb, it's an ism. So
Oh,
it's
are you sure?
just because of the meme. Yeah, I got confused with this too, but it's because of the you can tell whenever there's a meme in front. Like there's no meme because the meme it means it's not a the normal prefixes would be like something different. And
Yeah,
And
good.
then it's
So
also mudaf.
yeah, the prefixes are ataina. That's the four prefixes. Hamza, ta, ya, nun. Ataina. And meme is not one of them. Meme comes in for the ism fa'il and the ism maf'ul.
is that remind me, is that for most forms have meme? I think so.
Uh, all forms above form one
Yeah, so
start
all
with the
almost
meme.
even form well,
Form two,
form
three,
one
four,
doesn't,
five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
but form one doesn't, right?
Form one doesn't.
Yeah, so
So
like all forms above one have meme in beginning
how
for
are you translating munajju then?
So
that's
this
the
one's so this one's going to be a little complicated because I think we broke this down last time. But what's happening here is that the root letters are noon, jim, and ya. So there's a weak root letter at the end that's essentially being removed or like combined. So originally it would have been munajjuwuna, but then you remove one of those vowels. You don't need one of those vowels. So you have munajjuna
But where's the na?
right there. Oh yeah, the na at the end. The na at the
Yes.
end is removed, right? Because of a level one rule, which is when SMP or dual is mudaf, you drop the nun. So it's mudaf to that guy, right?
Oh, I forgot. I completely missed that rule in level one.
It's okay. It's coming up here again.
Brother Muhammad Abdul Maruk.
No, I mean it doesn't like yeah, no, a lot of students just forget it over time.
Sorry, the translation though, I was just missing that part for that word.
The translation. We are the ones who will save you.
This
So,
word like means to save, right? Like
yes.
the root letter
Form
verb.
one means to be saved. Naja yenju, to be saved. Form two, causation. So you're saving someone.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay, also, if you guys need to step away to pray Maghrib,
Yeah,
then
right.
feel free right
Thank you
now
for
to do that. I'm going to step away as well. Zane, let me show you something.
Yep.
Hold up. I need to turn off my background. Give me a second.
Was it red?
Yeah.
Those lights. Oh, nice. He has new lights in his room, I guess.
Like a disco, like
Yep. There is a
That's not a
disco.
that's not a zoom feature, right? That's like an actual light.
No, it's an actual light.
That's cool. It's pretty powerful.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's very bright.
And then I can control the brightness. So I can like, oh, you guys can barely tell. That's so interesting. I can like turn it really bright, turn it like really low.
You make it like a party, like a disco, like give you like a seizure.
Um,
Like, give
I don't
lights.
think they have a preset for it.
That'd be crazy.
This is apparently a party. Oh, there you go.
oh,
Yeah,
there
there you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, yeah.
All
That's
right.
pretty good.
This is Valentine's Day, apparently.
It's coming up.
And then this is white light.
Like normal lights, yeah.
Okay, anyways. Let's continue.
Where were we? Inna
So we're good
Munajuka.
with Munajuka.
Yep,
I'm good with
yep,
it,
I
yeah.
think so.
It's
What?
the fa'il then, right?
Yeah, ism fa'al, yeah.
It's in fa'il, yeah, okay.
So it's an ism fa'il, but that's not the role, right? That is just what it is, what
That,
pattern it
that's
is.
The
that's the
role would
pattern.
be yeah, yeah, the role is ism inna.
Khabarna, right?
Khabarna, yeah, sorry,
Yep, yep.
khabar. Yeah, yeah. And then wa ahlaka. So we're also saying like, this is maf'ul bihi, your family. Maf'ul bihi, and then this is illa, except, and then imra'ataka, your wife. So also maf'ul bihi with an attached mudaf ilayhi for like the ka, and then ka'ant or kanat, sorry, the same similar as before. So like kana is the superseder, and then saying mina, and then al-ghabirina. So it's a majrur again, but it's yeah. But this whole thing would be the
I agree.
khabar in kana.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm kind of confused with what like the tense of the whole sentence is. Like I know kana means like was, but when you're reading this, how do you translate it from a te
I
past tense?
You would
Like,
just say present tense.
present, I guess there so like
Present or future, yeah.
kana means
but
like
kana
it
is
has to be past tense.
Yeah, I know. So it's kind of interesting how kana is used. So kana does use what is does mean was, right? But oftentimes it's actually just used as present or future depending on the context. So in this case, إِنَّا مُنَجُّوكَ وَأَهْلَكَ إِلَّا امْرَأَتَكَ that we will save you and we will save your family except your wife. She will be from amongst those who are left behind.
Wait, where's she will be? Where'd you get she
It's so again, it's based off the context, right? It wouldn't make any sense to say um she
who was?
was from the ones.
Okay, it's
So,
context.
but it's
I
very
see.
context based over here. So Gannett, I know it's like I know it's like you guys built your understanding of Gannett as, like oh it's was all the time, but sometimes in context it can be used for present or future.
Okay.
So in the case
So
it's future.
yeah, because it wouldn't make sense otherwise. Yeah, that
And
makes
then
sense.
sometimes what happens is that then the question is like, why was kana even used? Whenever past tense is invoked in some sort of manner, it oftentimes indicates finality because what happens in the past is final. There's no way of changing it, right? So by saying كانت من الغابرين, it's introducing like a finality to it. There's nothing to change that. There is no possibility of anything else happening. She will be from the غابرين. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah,
It's
that's good.
Yeah, look at
like a
this.
declaration that will not change ever.
Exactly, exactly. It says right here in the tafsir. وفعل كانت مستعمل في معنى تكون. So it's used as تكون, right? فعبر بصيغة الماضي تشبيها للفعل المحقق ووقوعه بالفعل الذي مضى مثل قوله أتى أمر الله. So it's you like exactly what I said. The reason they use the maldi is to show that it's basically like a fi'l, like an action that has already occurred. That is how certain this action is. Okay? So it's used as takunu because that's what matches the context of the sentence, but it indicates that this is a done deal.
All right.
Well, what's the equivalent of kana for like the actual present tense or the actual future tense?
Takunu.
Is that also
كانت
as
and takunu.
is that also commonly used in the Quran to indicate temporal like I guess what I'm trying to ask is like from what you just explained, kana can be past, present, future, it's just context dependent, but is it ever written in the Quran not as kana, but instead written with the present tense or written with the future tense? Like takunu, is that
I
very
think so.
commonly used?
Yeah. Very commonly. I can't think of an example right here because most of the time it's
Kana,
past
right?
tense. But yeah, yeah, there are usages of yakunu and like as in fi'al mudari'.
All right. Next one,
Okay,
inna.
so let's take
So
a pause here, go back and see what you guys got, and then continue from there. How does that sound?
for the whole thing,
Starting from the top until wherever you guys reach right there. كانت بالغابرين.
like
Okay.
from the very beginning.
Yep, yep.
Wallama.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen.
Stop sharing.
Thank you. All right. All right, Moham, start us off. There's walamma. Tell me about lamma and its different parts. You're
It
muted.
was
Oh,
muted,
God.
yeah. لما is the أداة الشرط. جاءت would be its فعل الشرط, and then قالوا is its جواب الشرط.
Okay, good. Um, what is the role state sign of Ibrahima, Zach?
Ibrahima is the maful bihi.
Role state sign?
Um, Ibrahima state is nasab, sign is fatha.
Okay, who can answer this question? Why doesn't Ibrahima have a fathatain?
غير منصرف.
Why is it not?
غير منصرف. Very good. It's غير منصرف. We all remember what غير منصرف is? Zain? Do you remember what غير منصرف is?
Yeah, it has certain rules like it's always definite. It cannot have a fatatain. It cannot have alif lam.
It's not always definite, but
Oh,
cannot have
okay.
fathatain, or cannot have tanween,
Cannot have tanween.
cannot have alif lam.
Cannot have alif lam.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that was the main
Okay,
thing.
Maham, what else do you know about غير منصرف?
I know that like one of the conditions or one of the words type of words that is غير منصرف is like foreign names. So Ibrahim or non-Arabic names. So in this case, like Ibrahim falls into that category.
Okay, so no tanween, no alif lam. There's also another one.
No kasra.
Very good. If I add an alif lam, that's an exception. We go back to normal. Or if I add, what else? There's one more thing. Not add, but what are the two exceptions? If I add alif lam, or if the word is mudaf, then we're no longer غير منصرف, okay? All right, so the different types of غير منصرف, we covered four or five of them, I think. Let's go through them. So the first one Maham mentioned was,
Non-Arabic names.
yeah,
So غير
non-Arabic.
منصرف is kind of like just a recap. It just like basically are like categories that don't ever have to mean.
Uh, it's basically these two rules. No tanween and no kasra. Okay, so in
No.
rafa, they have a dhamma, and then nasab and jar, they have a they have a fatha. Okay. Okay, so
You're saying,
what?
wait, sorry, you're saying
Yeah.
in whenever in no kasra. So if they're in jar, they should have a fatha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, normal rules apply.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the different types? Not Arabic names. What else? Yalla.
Female names.
Yep. Feminine names. It's actually not female names.
Feminine.
Yeah, it's feminine. There's a difference, right? What is the difference?
I don't know actually.
So female names would, the way I'm understanding female names would be like if the name is attributed only to women. But if you say a feminine name, then you're talking about the gender of the word,
Mm, yeah.
right? So for
Okay.
example, Talha is technically a feminine name, but it's attributed to a man. Hamza, the same thing. Okay. What else?
Uh, isn't it like things that come in pairs, or am I mixing that? No,
Um, body parts that come in pairs
that's
are
something else.
that's a reason for femininity.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
Okay.
There was a
was
pattern. They're like I remember it was like ihsan. I forgot what it was called. It's like ism something, right? But
Ihsan.
no, wasn't there also something about like father or mother, like abi?
Oh, that I think that's the
I was the 5 nouns.
five nouns, which is for that's for what's it called? Like verb states.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Fa'al.
That's another whole category. Those are called so latent one side is a category, but five nouns is another category. So we're just talking about the
Yeah.
latent one side right here. So mafa'il or mafa'il, like masajid, fawakih, qawa'id, all of these, maqasid, these are all mafatih, these are all patterns. If you're on this pattern, if the word is on this pattern, it's latent one side, okay? I think there was one more. Even I'm forgetting it. What was it? Oh yeah. It's names that end with anyone? Alif Noon.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that's what I said.
Okay. Yep, that's what you're thinking after the answer is said. All right, interesting.
I was
Is
thinking
that what you were
ihsan. I
thinking
was like,
because
I
you
remember
heard
that
it?
being one of the examples was ihsan. So I was like something with alif noon, but I don't remember.
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
Ihsan. I was like, Ihsan, where's that coming
Yeah, that
from?
was the example, but I couldn't remember like the actual category or the condition.
Sulaiman. I don't know if Ihsan would count. I think it would.
I had that written down, so I don't know.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe. Arthman, Affan. Maybe Imran. Okay. All right, cool. Let's continue forward. Zain. What is the فاعل of قالوا?
Uh, I think it's the wow.
Very good. Maham. I want inna, ism inna, khabar inna.
Ism inna is na after the inna, and then khabar inna is muhliku.
Give me the i'rab of muhliku.
It's the state of rafa, and the sign is the wow.
Okay. Zach. What is the i'rab of هذه?
الرابع هذه it's a it's demonstrative, it's mebni, doesn't have so
So just roll state is fine. Roll state.
role. I don't know what to say for the role for this one. What would you say the role is for a demonstrative? Like I
It's
guess
an
just to
ism, right? So
say,
treat it like act like there's another word there. Act like there's another word, like another ism that you're more comfortable with there. You're tripping yourself over because you're saying that it's demonstrative, so it's more complicated than it
I
is,
mean, it's
but it's
part of
not.
like هذه القرية
Why are you looking after it? Don't look after it. The thing after it doesn't affect the state or the role. Look before it.
so this is saying like yeah مفلكو, so like we are the destroyers of you know you know basically of the destroyers of, so مضاف إليه. Sorry, yeah, so like I guess it's technically, yeah, this is a مضاف إليه possibly, like because you're saying like the destroyers of the people and this like town.
Okay, no questions. Give me a statement. What is it?
Yeah, and it's also in what's had the, but it's fixed, so like yeah, I don't know, like it's
Right,
sure,
give me
yeah, I'll
give me
go
an
with
answer.
that. Sure, I'll say it's مضاف إليه.
Yeah, it is mudaf ilayh, right? So
Yeah,
I guarantee you if I put rajul in here, you would have immediately said mudaf ilayh, right?
yeah.
So you're tricking yourself by saying it's demonstrative, so it's more complicated. If it's an ism, you know how you treat it. You know how to deal with it, right? So and demonstrative are isms. So right, this is mudaf, mudaf ilayh, then again mudaf ilayh. Okay? Not a problem. The people of this town. Zain, tell me the i'rab of al-qaryati.
Uh, I think this is a mudaf ilayh, and it is in the state of jar. The sign is kasra.
Okay, you are incorrect. Maham, tell me the i'rab of al-qaryati.
I said the same thing. Um, مضاف إليه جار كسرة. Mm,
Badal?
Not Jeopardy. Yeah, I need
Is it
statements here. Statements.
I think it's badal actually. Badal or sifa because the the heavy is the actual mudaf ilayh because it's a ism, right? So people of this, the people of this, and then we're gonna add a description of this what like town. So and sifa copies the state. So I think it's actually sifa.
Maham, Zach, what do you think?
I could see that.
Okay, so here's my issue with mudaf ilayh. So are you guys saying that we will destroy the people of this of village? Is that what you guys are saying? No, right? Where did the of come between hadihi and al-qarya? That's not how demonstrative works. So you guys are
well
trying to
let's
say, yeah, go ahead.
well we want to connect actually the people
Mm-hmm.
of this town.
Yeah, you guys are saying this town. So now how would I say this town? Think about it. What grammatical role matches the best? If I wanted to say you want to create a relationship between this and you want to create a relationship between town, this and town. You're not saying this of town. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I agree with Zain. I think it's Badal.
Zain said slifa.
Sorry,
Oh,
Maham thinks it's badal.
I struggle with the difference between Sifa and Badal. Um,
yeah, I feel like it's pretty nuanced, but I was thinking like what you said at first. In this case, it would be, I think, full substitution, like the people of this um city. So city could replace like al-Qaryati could substitute for hadihi. Um, like it would just be the people of the city. Um,
What do
I
you think,
think
Zach?
Substitution doesn't make sense to me
Why
in this
not?
scenario. I feel like it's more of a description of the people.
So,
So I think it's
so
Sifa.
let's substitute it. Let's first substitute and see if it doesn't make sense. So the way I'm going to substitute is literally just remove this. Now read it. What's the translation
Uh,
now?
so we are the destroyers of the people
of the city.
of the city. Yeah, that works fine.
So it is badal.
I still don't. I guess
So okay, listen.
you're
Badal,
saying
yeah.
you're battle between hadihi and then al qaryati. If you can replace, okay, I get it now. It's
If you
between those
can
two.
take this and put it in this guy's place, and it means the same thing, then it is badal. If you can't do that, then it's probably slifa. Slifa adds on. That's a really important thing. It adds some sort of detail. Also, al-qarya, think about it, guys. You guys just said al-qarya, village, can be an adjective. How are you guys using a village as an adjective? Or how do you use city as an adjective? That's not an adjective, right? An adjective needs to be tall, handsome, charismatic, right? All these different things, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, the tricky part is that if they be like, there's no grammatical like visual difference between badal and sifa, like we talked about last time.
yeah,
Uh,
can
So
you clarify that? Because is the way to think about it, if it's a ism, then it's Badal, but if it's not an ism, then it's
no. Sifa and badal will both be isms. That's not a problem. It's more about understanding the difference between the two. That's really important. Sure, there is not a very they look basically the same in terms of grammatical rules, but the usage is very distinct. It can get confusing at times, and it can overlap at times, but that's not a problem. But in this case, it does. There's no overlap at all. There's no way you use al-qarya as a sifa here. Okay. Also, another thing that may make it easier is that there are certain words that can be used as a sifa and certain words that you can't use as a sifa, right? So I can't use, for example, I can't use Zakaria as a sifa. That doesn't make sense. I can't use, like, how does that? If I said Rajulun Zakaria, that like doesn't make sense. I can use him as a badal. If I said King Zakaria, that's badal. That's fine. I'm replacing king, right? So understanding substitution versus descriptor. That's the key to this whole thing.
got it.
Okay. Same
Yeah,
thing. I
that makes
can't use
sense.
village. How am I supposed to use village as an adjective? Okay. And
That
then
makes
the
sense.
third thing to add to make it easier, which is when you have a demonstrative, you will all either you will have a khabar after it or you will have a badal after it. One more time. You will either have a khabar, for example, هذه maham. This is maham. Or I will have a description. هذه المرأة. This woman. That's a badal, sorry. So substituting. Okay, this referring to the woman, this woman. Okay?
Badal, or what's the other?
Usually like a
Um,
khabar or something.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Or just like the sentence continues moving along, or you have neither. You just keep moving on. Okay, cool. Let's continue forward. Maham, what is the inna? I want ism inna khabar inna.
So ism inna would be um yeah, ahla.
Okay.
Uh, and then khabar inna would be um where كانوا ظالمين.
Okay. Zach, ism kana and khabar kana.
Okay, the ism kana is the wow, and so the ism kana and the khabar kana is talimina.
Roll state sign.
Talimina is in rafa.
Is the khabar kana in the state of in the state of rafa? What's the khabar kana supposed to be in?
Actually, no, the khabar kana is in the state of nasab, actually,
Okay. Is zalimin in the state of nasab?
because of the wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that is in the state of nasab. Yeah, that's right.
And what's the sign?
Sign is fatah.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Sign is yeah. Sorry, yeah.
The yeah, right? S&P, okay?
Yeah.
Careful here. If this was rafa, it would be a wow here. All right.
Yep.
Zain, inna. Ism inna khabar inna.
That's what is the ism inna khabar inna?
Yeah.
I think the ism inna is lutan, and the khabar inna is fiha.
Maham, tell me the fa'il of qalu.
It's the wow. Um, I
Okay,
don't
tell me the tell me what is nahnu,
نحن is مبتدأ.
and then a'lamu is khabar. Um, okay. Zach, ahla, right here.
Yep. Wa ahla. This is the maful bihi.
To what to what fi'l?
The lanunajjiyannahu.
Okay. Close but incorrect. Zain, what is
Actually, no,
ahla?
wait. I just remembered. Oh no. Yeah, that's right, because like it's saying we'll save him and his family.
Unfortunately, you're incorrect. I'm going to pass it to Zain. Zain.
I think it's ma'tuf على uh,
Because of the wow.
معطوف على who.
Very good. Okay, so it's ma'tuf ala hu. So you're correct, Zach, but technically you're incorrect. Okay, not a big deal, but just be careful. Though, if you see a wow, that's ma. Then you have to think of atf. Okay.
Can I say it's both? Like, am I allowed? Like, I feel like for me, meaning wise, like knowing it as a mafubihi, it like helps me understand. I don't let. I'm not that I like want to break the rules here, but I don't. I like. Is it just saying it's a copy? It isn't like it's like
So, okay,
two.
but
It's
you
like
are by saying it's ma'tuf, then you are saying it's ultimately maf'ul. But it's just what you ma'tuf upon. So if you the fact that you said ma'tuf ala hu, then the hu is maf'ul bihi, then there you go. You've already said it's maf'ul bihi. Okay? So we're talking about technicality here, right? Versus conceptual. Like like I said, you're conceptually correct and you can think of it that way. That's fine. But in terms of i'rab, then you have to say ma'tuf. Make sense? That's why we learn atf. Okay. All right. Maham, tell me about kanat. So
uh,
I want to know ism kana and khabar kana.
so ism kana is the implied here. Um, and then the خبر كان is من الغابرين.
Okay, tell me the i'rab of غابرين.
It's اسم مجرور. So it's in the state of jar, and the sign is the yeah.
Very good. Zach, tell me about lemma.
This is the shard construction. So this is the um أداة الشرط
Mm-hmm.
لما, and then do you want me to do the rest too?
Yep.
Then جاءت is the جواب الشرط, and then سيئة is the جواب الشرط. Oh, sorry, what I meant is جاءت is the فعل الشرط, and then سيئة is the جواب الشرط.
Very good. Um, okay. Uh, Zain. Sia. What is the na'ib fa'il of Sia?
Um,
So we said, yeah, go ahead.
Nab fa'il means like the doer, right?
Why don't you ask your classmates?
Is Nab fa'il the doer?
What is na'ib fa'il,
فاعل is
guys?
doer. I don't know what the ناب means. فاعل is doer, but what does نائب mean?
Like the substitute. Yeah, it's like the substitute for the fa'il when it's in passive construction.
Very
Uh,
good. Okay, so it's
conceptually, it's مفعول به.
exactly very good. So it is what we call the fa'il when we have a passive verb. Okay, so what is the na'ib fa'il here, Zain?
Um, Implied huwa.
Very good.
Mm,
Okay, Maham, what is the fa'il of la takhaf? Tell me about, actually, just tell me everything about la takhaf.
لا تخف. So it is a is it لام الناهية in this case? So
No
it's
questions.
okay, لام الناهية without questioning.
Okay.
So that makes the khaf in the state of jazm. So it's like do not fear, or like do
Okay,
not
what's the sign of Jazm here?
sukun.
Okay. What else? Tell me the fa'il.
It's implied anta.
Okay. What are the root letters for this verb?
Khafa, is it Hamza? I don't know
Is the
the
Hamza dropped? What happened to the Hamza?
no actually. Um it's just kha and fa.
Just Khanfa. Have
I
you
don't
made your own
know.
two
Two
roots?
root letters. Um
All right, let's open up to everyone. What do we think here?
why can't it just be تخاف?
Sta is the prefix for the present tense.
What's a command? I guess isn't command usually you have like a like
So it's
I
not a
guess I
command, it's a negation. So sorry, a prohibition. Nehi.
oh, you're
Nehi.
right, you're right, you're right.
So
Yeah. So
nehi still
it's
has the prefix. We don't remove the prefix. So the prefix is there. Okay, remember
there
what I
must have been
said?
some weak root letter then that was removed.
Okay, good. Now, remember what I said about the hints that are left? You guys remember what I said when a weak root letter is removed, there's a hint that's left?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
Oh, yeah,
sign
yeah.
that
So
the
if it's the based on the sign of like the like if it's like the complementary,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? So
So
alif means
alif means that there would be a fatha at the end. Yeah, if a ya was removed, then there would be a,
Kasra.
so that means this is a fatha then?
and then a wow. If a wow was removed,
Dhamma.
a dhamma. Do you guys see any of those three? No. That tells us that the weak root letter was not at the end and it was in the middle.
We
This was,
still don't know what the root letter would be, right?
yeah, you do actually.
Because aleph, so was it an aleph,
Yeah,
the fatah?
right? Because of that fatha, it was takhafu. Comes from khawf. Do not fear. Okay. All right. MashaAllah. Good session here. Alhamdulillah. Hopefully, inshallah, you guys are finding this challenging. How are you guys finding this out of 10? 10 being extremely difficult.
Not bad. I feel like it's getting better. I feel like the only thing is the technicalities of like badal and like that kind of stuff. Like technicalities are like the most complicated, I think. But the
Yeah,
big
so what's the
picture,
number, brother?
10.
If 10, you're
No,
10
no, no.
difficulty?
Saying out of 10, right?
Yeah, out of 10, yeah.
6, 7, 6.5, 7,
Okay, Zayn and
6.5.
Zayn, what do you think?
Yeah, I think like 7. If I understand the meaning of the like sentence that I'm doing the grammatical analysis for, then maybe like 7.5. But if I don't understand the meaning of the sentence I'm doing the grammatical analysis for, then like 6 or 6.5. So it makes it a 7.
Okay, for sure. And Maham?
Yeah, I would also say 7.
Okay, cool. So for homework, inshallah, I want you guys to finish off what we did, or what we didn't do, rather. So down here, or I think we left off right here, around that, or around this, I think. So just make sure to finish this off, inshallah, and then we'll go from there, inshallah, okay? Are there any questions?
I like reading like this is helpful. I feel like this helps a lot with like solidifying everything. So like more of this I feel like is good.
Okay, alhamdulillah. That's great feedback. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, keep the feedback coming. Inshallah, we will keep the challenge level. I'm gonna try to keep it at an 8 instead of a 7, but 7 is close enough for now. All right, Jazakallah khairan. Sorry for going over time.
Can
If you have any
I ask one
questions,
question?
yeah,
Or
go
if
ahead.
everyone has to leave, that's fine. But I was just gonna ask, like, what do you suggest about the like the meaning? Because I feel like there were a lot of like even in these three ayahs we read, there were like a lot of like special cases or idioms or like kind of uh it wasn't just straightforward like, Zaidu Kareem or something like just like simple sentences. It was sort of like so my question is, do you suggest we use like a translate the ayahs first using like a Quran kind of translator, which I'm sure is somewhere easy to find online, and then do the grammatical analysis, or
No, not at all.
struggle through
Struggle
the
through it.
answer?
Struggle through
Okay.
it. So it's
Okay.
always going to be a struggle. Not always going to be a struggle, but it's literally you're reading the highest level of Arabic there is. It doesn't go higher than this. So, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be difficult. You guys are foreigners. You've never studied Arabic before, and you're jumping into the deep end, right? And that's how I like teaching. I like throwing people into the deep end, and inshallah, they just figure it out as they go. So it's going to be a struggle, but you have to sit down and actually critically think about it. Otherwise, if you already know the translation, then actually I think that like that's kind of basically cheating because then you're relying on concepts so much that you're not thinking about the technical grammar, and that's like you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot in the long term. So definitely struggle through it. Take your time. Um, uh, the way you want to view it is like whenever you do a translation, right? You have different theories of like, okay, it can be this, it can be this. I want you guys to be like going through and trying to when you guys are trying to figure out the grammatical analysis of something, I want you guys to be thinking about it as a decision tree. So it's like, okay, if I set this word as the fa'il, then I can go down this route and it would mean this thing. Okay, but okay, that's that. But if I also set it as the mubtada, then I can go down this route and then it can mean this thing and it can mean that thing, right? And the same thing with like anything else, right? So I want you guys to be thinking about that. And that skill of building that branch is that is basically um like you want to refine that and you want to make it faster. And that's essentially what's going to progress you forward. And that's what is like that is basically what is reading, right? Being able to read something and being like, okay, figuring this out as you go. It's like you're running through it really fast. That's what essentially I'm doing, but I'm doing it as like a hundred times than you guys are doing it, just because I've been doing it for a while, not because I'm like some genius or whatever, right? So that,
I
but you have to go through the steps.
Okay. I think what would be helpful is like that decision tree kind of stuff. I think we're doing that a lot for the grammatical analysis, which is helpful, which is, I'm picking it up slowly, like better versus if, whatever. But I don't think I'm doing that enough for translation or meaning. What I mean by that is like, as we're reading through some of these ayahs, like there's some interesting use cases for words, but I feel like either I'm like way behind or I have to like catch up on the meaning. But we're not doing that decision tree kind of work with the actual meaning of the individual words within the context of the sentence. So
Yeah, fair
I
enough. I
think
think we're not really doing that here because the last class
to
we
advance
already,
maybe or something. Yeah.
yeah, we already went through the
Oh, I'm
translation.
behind also. I get it. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we already went through the translation. It was basically homework for everyone.
Okay.
But going forward, whenever I give you guys something, try to approach it from that angle rather than being like, oh, I already know what this means. So like just try to go off what your decision tree is telling you.
For grammar and translation.
Yes, because
Okay.
there that is what we're trying to do, right? Understand the text through grammar, right? It's not we're not just doing grammar for the sake of grammar, right? So,
Yep. Okay. Jazakallah.
but yeah, cool. All right, great questions. All right, keep in your du'as. Inshallah, have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. All right, book office hours if you need to. Otherwise, please make sure to complete it so that we can go faster next time, inshallah. All right, take care, okay? Assalamu alaikum.